When I was 10, I changed primary schools and joined a new class. I was hoping to fit in, so I joined the clique. And there were already well-organized cliques in the class. There were the studious ones, the nerdy guys, the annoying girls, the athletes, and so on. Funny enough, I bonded quite well with most of the people in these groups, even though I joined the most hated group of all, which was the gangster group, or you could call it the primary school mafia. I met a close friend from there, so I guess you could say the ends justify the means. But anyways, in all these different social groups, there were hierarchies, which each person in their respective groups plays a different role. And sometimes these roles overlap, and even certain groups overlap. For example, me and my friend were part of the gangster group, always joking around, causing chaos in the classroom by trying to blow up the class, by washing a lithium battery, and by doing dangerous things like climbing trees, because why the hell not? But we were also part of the studious people. We looked at the plants in the back garden together during lunch, and my friend would be talking about the different plants, which was kind of wholesome. And sometimes we joined the athletic boys to play football in the basketball court, which ends up being dodgeball because there were too many people and too many balls flying around. The point I want to make is that just like how groups of people can be categorized together, information that we learn can be categorized. My friend did not play an important role in my life just because he was special, but it was because of the relationship that I had with him. And I believe it is the same thing with all the people we are close with. We remember them because of what they mean to us. And this leads to the point of remembering information. If I were to give you a random biology fact, then I gave you a math fact that didn't relate to it at all, and then another random fact, and so on. I'm pretty sure you will forget most of it in the next hour. But what if you were actually studying the organelles in biology, and that random isolated fact of mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell actually belongs in the category or group you have in your mind? Then it gives that fact some sort of importance, and you're way more likely to remember it. To see why this would work, we would need to look at the multistar model of memory, the information you take in with your five senses that you pay no attention to, like the colors in the sky or the trees around you, are considered sensory information, and it is taken in, and the memory of it is discarded almost immediately. And then you have stuff like your lectures or notes that you're reading, which you're hopefully paying attention to. The content you take in will be stored in your working memory, which lasts for 30 seconds to a few minutes. And here's the thing. During this time, if your brain does not find a place to put this information, the content suffers the same fate as the sensory information. Forgotten, discarded, and never to be seen again. So, how do we increase the chances of us remembering the knowledge for longer? As we have established earlier, we only remember people and things that are important to us. And also the fact that we have to feel some sort of cognitive load before we learn anything. And to achieve both of these things, we can group information together, but not anyhow grouping it, but by finding alternative groups that are not the ones just given by the textbook. There are a few common ways to group things. In biology, you could group things based on function, structure, a group of causes leading to a group of effects, instead of chunking organelles based on their location. Maybe you could try chunking them based on their function. In chemistry, you could group things based on their reaction mechanism, their electronegativity, or maybe based on their reagents or products. For other subjects, you could group it based on real-world applications. But these are just basic guidelines, and you have to try before you know what type of way you want to group things that are intuitive to you. May not be from this list, but it's just an example. So the next time you are given a bunch of information, whether it is from a lecture or new notes, try to group information together and see how it goes.